gear. BBC Pebble. Back here to the bike show, there are undoubtedly sports bikes and sports bikes. This outrageous machine is every inch a drag bike, built to go very much in straight lines. Indeed, it's one of the fastest drag bikes in the world. Powered by a 1400cc supercharged Kawasaki engine, it burns nitromethane fuel that costs about £30 a gallon. This bike does, I'm told, about 4 gallons to the mile. Capable of speeds well in excess of 200 miles an hour. Not with me on it, I'm afraid. But the origins, of course, of drag racing, both for bikes and cars, goes back to those amazing hot rods of the 30s. And Beki Adam has been looking at the modern descendants, if you like, of those original 30s vehicles.
Aha, a hot rod. Or to be more precise, it's a superb copy of a customised 1934 Model Y Ford. Even better news is that, apart from the American V8 engine and transmission, the car's almost totally British. It's made from a kit supplied by Chris Boyle from Bournemouth.
It comes out as a complete chassis as to the original design and pattern that we fabricate using laser cut flat sections welded together, and then a complete body with floor, doors, boot lid, and all of the external body panels to go with that as a package.
But for the proud owner, this shell is only the beginning. It still needs seats, interior trim, and a lot of patience to cram in the engine and gearbox. And worst of all, there's the wiring to do. It's possible to achieve incredibly high standards of finish, and yet you could be driving your very own and very personal 34 for as little as £5,000 or £6,000. But custom cars are as varied as their drivers. Any car can be used, but most popular are the older American models. Unfortunately, US cars can be expensive, so many turn to European cars like the Opel Manta or even the 50s Ford Pop.
They made them up to the late 50s, but it's an old-style body shape, and, you know, they are fairly common cars. Obviously, numbers are getting less now because they haven't made them for several years. It's very easy to get a lot of bits for them, for the body, chassis components to take the power from a more powerful engine, interior things, glass, the small, hard-to-get things like the window rubbers and that sort of stuff. It's all fairly readily available here.
Now, once the car's finally completed, you may like to indulge in some Pro Street drag racing to test the acceleration. Pro Street drags embrace everything from hot rods to purpose-built racers. Anyone can enter, just so long as the car looks road legal. Half the fun is the challenge of making the least likely car, like this 57 Ford Fairlane, go as fast as a lightweight racer.
It's I suppose it's one of the heaviest cars running up here today. But I did originally want a four-door full steel body apart from the fiberglass flip front, and I wanted to make that go quick instead of just getting a small light car.
This Fairlane cost over £20,000. In the outright racer class, some drivers have reacted against the American image, like this Sierra.
I chose the English body shell because I think it's important that I'm trying to make drag racing as English as we can make it, although we have to basically use American power plants to get the times and speeds that we do. It has a big 8.5 litre V8 engine, which is putting out 850 horsepower, which is a lot of horsepower, and 700 foot-pounds of torque, so the best times I've done is over 160 miles an hour in 8 seconds. So it's a totally different thing to even a standard Cosworth.
All of which goes to prove that Pro Street, and the custom scene in general, is about being individual, not slavishly following the crowd. But, most important of all, it's about having fun.